We're hopeful that these 3 days with our administration does a great job of setting the stage for the high expectations we have for the 2018-2019 school year. So we're spending 3 days with an administrative retreat with our district-wide administration staff. And during these 3 days, we are going to learn a little bit about the rigor and relevance framework from our ICLE partners, as well as learn a little bit about implementing blended learning. Additionally, our administration is going through some legal updates, and in the day in between, the second day, our district administration will provide information on human resources, on finances, on our instructional approach this year, as well as some goal setting. Should be a good 3 days to help align the work that all of our administrators are doing across the district. The presenter that we're working with ICLE has experience across the world. He has worked in schools across the United States, but has also worked in international settings. So his perspective brings him, I think, a little more knowledge and experience that he can share with especially some of our lesser experienced administrators. And I think based on his experiences, what he brings to the table, as well as his knowledge on Dr. Daggett's work on the rigor and relevance framework, I think will be very beneficial to our campus administrators.
Principals, great teachers, I really enjoy what we're doing now. Now I consult almost all the time.
Okay, I am a consultant with the International Center for Leadership and Education, and I'm a former teacher, principal, superintendent. Now I'm an author. I go around the country helping schools learn about the best practices for the 21st century. I think the most important thing is the leadership and the teaching going on within the district. If they're unified, if they have a common theme, I'm impressed by what I'm seeing here. You have a district committed to improving, to moving up. I like what I'm seeing out of the administration already, and I'm happy to be a part of this project. I will talk about what does it mean to be rigorous today in this very fast-moving world. What's a relevant for education? How do you use technology, and how do you teach these kids today, Generation Z? They're a little bit different than the kids we've had in the past. They're growing up with social media. They're growing up interacting with screens all the time. They're used to having choices. They're used to moving around as they learn. They want to do things differently. And in school, sometimes we don't always understand that. We're still teaching many times the way we taught in the 20th century. And so what I talk about is how do you make it more rigorous, more interesting? How do you give students more options in what they do? And how do you understand how they learn, and how do you assess them differently? I can go in using the experience I've been blessed to have and working with all kinds of people around the country. And I can say, here's what's going on, here's why it's going on, and I'm seeing this around the country, and people say, oh, now I understand it. And they go back in. I think we're having a positive impact on the education of young people today. I'm very honored to be here working in San Benito. Like I said, I'm very impressed. I'm a Texan originally. I'm happy to be back in my home state. I love the Valley, and I think we're going to do some great things here.